Alright guys, check it out, Meoni here with another video for you. This time we're talking about Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, and indeed more specifically we're talking about the early access that a lot of you guys will probably be confused with after pre-ordering your copy of Final Fantasy, A Realm Reborn. Now, there's a lot of confusion and a lot of sort of problems on the internet. A lot of people are not really following any of the information given, and Square Enix have been, well, let's be honest, not particularly great at broadcasting anything on the social media sites which they intended to use for the entirety of early access and beta. Communication is not one of their strong points. However, I can fill in the blanks. So, a lot of people are getting their pre-order codes, which is an 18-digit code which you will get if you bought from any retailer outside of Square Enix. If you bought from a Square Enix site, you'll be getting a 20-digit code of a pre-order. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the two websites. In fact, there's actually three websites that you need to think about. So if you are redeeming an NA code, so if you're a North American citizen and you have bought your game from a retailer and you have bought the NA 18-digit retail version of the game, which is just from any store, you need to go to this website here, which is preorder.nafinalfantasyxiv.com, which I have on screen now. If you are from the EU and you are pre-ordering from a game shop, maybe Game or Amazon or anything like that, you will need to go to this website, which is preorder.eufinalfantasyxiv.com. And what you do is you put in your 18-digit codes, which you will be provided from your retailer. They'll email you a pre-order early access code if you have pre-ordered the game. And indeed, once you have that code, you type it in here. Once you have submitted your 18-digit code, you will be then presented with a 20-digit code. This is where the other stage comes into. So if you have just received your 20-digit code, either from redeeming it here from your 18-digit code, or if you have previously bought from the Square Enix website, you will already have this 20-digit code without needing to redeem the previous one. So, everybody is on the same stage here. We all have our 20-digit codes, and they're all region-bound. So what we do now is we go to this website, which is securesquareenix.com. What we do is we log in here with our account, and then as soon as we've logged in, it'll bring up the following screen, where you can put in your 20-digit code. This is exactly where you put it. Once you have done so, it will make you confirm that you are going to get the pre-order access, and indeed, whatever you have pre-ordered. Have a MOG hat and such. Once you've done that, you are set up, and that is the final stage. Indeed, I'm not sure why there is like a two-phase process, and indeed why it is different for retailers or official store Square Enix people, but it's all the same. There's a lot of confusion, there's no real guide to this, and hopefully this has cleared up some information, and indeed misinformation, sent out by the poor communication efforts of the North American Square Enix team. You have to remember the Square Enix, North American, and indeed European community management team is pretty much like limited. There is no like external publisher. It is just literally Square Enix doing everything from Japan, which is really confusing. A lot of game companies you may see, like such as World of Warcraft, have obviously Activision, and there's various regional derivatives of that publishing company which do the PR side of things. However, for some reason Square Enix have decided against that and are doing it all themselves. So that's obviously a huge problem. But hopefully this gives you some sort of idea of how you redeem your code. A lot of people are struggling with this, as I say, and I hope I have been of some use. If there are any other difficulties, be sure to leave a comment below and I'll try and respond as best as I can. But if you're like me and you have followed this guide and indeed you have your pre-order all set up, I will see you Saturday at 10 AM GMT when the game goes into early access. And indeed, if you have not pre-ordered, then don't worry. I shall also see you on the 27th of August when I will be allowed, since the NDA will be lifted on video, to show you all guides to every single dungeon in the game and a lot of other class-based mechanics and stuff like that. If you've enjoyed this video or found it useful, leave a like below and subscribe to AceGamesTV for more Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn content from me, Meoni, and many other games on AceGamesTV. I'll see you next time!